adapt to their trait as well as work on their presenting problem. They also gain more if they process their therapy experience longer, and probably they enjoy it more. Overall, needing and appreciating more and longer treatment, they will be a higher percentage of a general patient population at a given time. With so many sensitive patients coming to counselors for so many reasons, it is crucial that we know how to distinguish sensitivity from the many disorders that it could be mistaken for. At the same time, we need to appreciate that sensitivity is often present along with other problems and disorders. So we need to know how those problems look different in sensitive patients, and how understanding their sensitivity can improve our work with them. The purpose of this book is to clarify these issues while suggesting ways you can adapt to these patients' needs. What will I gain from this book? First, you will receive a speedy yet thorough education about high sensitivity. Although this book is intended to be a solid academic and professional book, it is written to save you time, with summaries at the beginning and end of each chapter and bottom-line summaries of each section. There are also case illustrations and simple dialogues throughout. The first chapter gives you a feel for the main characteristics and the scientific research behind the trait. There is a fuller description of the research in Appendix C. And the second chapter helps you with the central task of recognizing when someone who comes from counseling is highly sensitive. The third, fourth, and fifth chapters provide ways to help these patients with their most typical problems and to adapt your work together so you have the best outcome possible. The sixth, seventh, and eighth chapters focus on relationships and work, with the final chapters focus on helping you identify sensitivity amid the vast array of other possible personality variations, including variations among the highly sensitive. More generally, from this book you will gain the ability to improve greatly the quality of life of all the sensitive patients in your present and future practice. You will be able to inform them about their trait, validate it, and thereby permanently improve their self-esteem, while helping them separate their innate temperament from the rest of what is going on for them. They will learn from you the advantages of this trait and how to handle what could become disadvantages. With many, your understanding of this core trait, so often overlooked or misunderstood by other professionals, will be the basis of their trust in you and the success of your other treatment goals. Perhaps your most satisfying gain will be in seeing many of these patients benefit more than others from your psychotherapeutic efforts. As I stated previously, there is a growing body of research showing that sensitive children have a biological sensitivity to context that allows them to derive more from other children from a supportive, enriching environment. Although they are sensitive to negative environments, children with a heightened sensitivity to psychosocial processes might also be better able to notice when social cues denote encouragement and acceptance. It seems very likely that excellent psychotherapy would have the same differentially positive effects on sensitive adults, helping them turn vulnerability into a susceptibility to the good all around them. Still, isn't this hypersensitivity an impairment? The question naturally persists, largely because the mentioned research on the normalness and benefits of the trait is not yet well known. Plus, therapists do not see a cross-section of all sensitive persons because those raised in good environments are often adapting well, blending in, and unobtrusively selecting to place themselves in the situations in which they perform best and avoiding the others. You hardly notice them, even if you know them well. They are not the ones you think of when you think of high sensitivity. On the other hand, due to their heightened vulnerability, there are more sensitive persons than others experiencing psychological distress, and these sensitive individuals stand out. Suffering and sensitivity are paired in our minds. Even among non-patients, we tend to notice sensitive people only when their feelings are being too easily hurt or too bothered by a little bit of noise. Further, being a minority, they are not normal in the sense of being like most people and like most therapists. The highly sensitive truly are different. On the HSP scale, there are people who answer yes to every question and those who answer no to all of them. That is a considerable range in behavior, but it is all normal. Further confusion arises because high trait sensitivity can resemble certain disorders. For example, the highly sensitive have stronger emotional reactions, which could be mistaken for cyclothymia, and it does become that in some sensitive people. Their desire to pause to check before entering a novel situation can appear to